Hi guys, welcome back. As you can tell by the title of today's video, I have gotten a few new houseplants, big surprise. So today I figured we would just go through and I would tell you guys about all the new plants I got. Also, if it sounds like I'm a little bit stuffy, it's because I've been struggling with a cold for the past couple weeks, so just bear with me. I have finally gotten my new microphone, so hopefully the audio will be a bit better in this video. Okay, so the first plant that I got is this fern. I'll take it out of the cover pot. So this is a rabbit foot fern, also known as a blue star fern. I got it at Lowe's and it's doing really well. I really like the coloring of the leaves. It almost has this like silverish coat over it that you see in some spots, but other spots like the green shines through. I don't know if that's like a protective coating that some plants have to protect themselves from like pests or other elements in the wild, but I think that it looks really cool. The next plant I got is another Syngonium. This is the Syngonium Maria Illusion, and I really like it because the foliage is a lot darker than the other Syngonium I have, but it still has that pink. There's not a lot of other plants that have this kind of pink foliage that I think is really unique, and I'm very excited to grow this plant. It's very healthy. I've already looked at the roots and all that, so it seems to be acclimating to my home very easily, so I'm very excited to have this. The next plant I have is a Hoya. And if you guys watched my last plant haul from when Wade and I went to Texas, you would know that I got a Hoya very similar to this, but it did not make it. And I was really sad about it because the only other Hoya I have is that one back there. And I haven't been able to grow any other Hoya successfully. So I'm really hoping that since this one is bigger and more established, it'll be easier to grow, because I really want to get into growing more Hoya. I think that they're very unique and they do seem to be a little more finicky, at least in my environment, but I do want to try and see if I can challenge myself to grow more of this type of plant. The next plant I have looks a little sad. It is a philodendron. I'm not exactly sure which species of philodendron this is. I want to say it's a gloriosum, but I really don't think that it is because I've not seen gloriosum have these same... see if I can zoom in on it at all. I don't think gloriosum have these same type of petioles that you see on this. I'm not sure how well it shows up on camera, but this has almost like a fuzzy petiole, which I really like. I think it's very pretty, but I'm just not sure exactly what kind it is. I'm hoping that maybe as I nurse it back to health, it'll be a little easier to identify it, because some plants are hard to identify when they're all yellow and not doing that great. So I'm not too worried about rehabbing it because philodendron tend to be more hardy plants and they tend to bounce back easier. I got this plant at JC's and it really surprised me to see a store like that selling a less common plant. I guess it's probably not less common, but just not one that I see a lot of being sold in big box stores. This next plant I am very excited about. It is a philodendron Florida green, and I have never seen one of these in person before. I've seen them online and on YouTube and like that, but I've never seen a store sell them. I got this one at JC's as well, and I love the shape of it, but I also love the petioles. They're not necessarily fuzzy, but they almost have like a sandpaper texture to them, which I think is very interesting. I don't have many plants in my collection that have different textured petioles, so now that I've added two, I think it'll really change things up a bit. This plant is not super healthy, but it is putting out a new leaf, and it did lose a leaf right here. This leaf just kind of fell off right before I started filming. So I think that it is going to need to adjust a little bit and get used to my environment, and then it'll be able to kind of bounce back, because I don't think it was given the proper conditions in a store where there's not very much lighting. So I think that it'll do well once I get it acclimated. Okay, so this last plant I got, I'm going to have to move the camera around to show you guys because it's too big for me to pick up. I did not buy this plant either. It was actually gifted to me by a very kind lady who comes to Impressed all the time. I'm not going to share her name because I don't know if she'd be comfortable with that, but she said that she couldn't take care of this plant anymore and wanted to know if I would be interested in it, and so of course I said yes. So I'll show you guys. Look at how big this plant is. I don't even know if I can fit it all into the screen. So if you can't tell, this is an aloe vera plant. And actually this is multiple aloe vera plants. I can't even really tell. I'd have to assume that this one is the mother plant just because it's so big. But honestly, there are so many large plants in this pot. I haven't really looked through the pot yet to see how many smaller plants are in there, but I know that there are quite a few. In the next week or so, I'm probably going to end up having to repot it just because it is overflowing so much. I was a little in awe when the lady from Impressed offered me this plant. It is so beautiful, and I am honestly honored to have been able to add it to my collection. I think aloe vera plants are very pretty and they have a lot of great uses. So stay tuned for that video and I will keep you guys updated. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed looking at all my new plants with me. I will be sure to keep you all updated on how they're acclimating, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye!